Buenos días, hola, Meliano, fresa, mucho gusto. Hoy lo haré introducir Venezuela, el gobierno and país. Together with my groupmates, Anne and Irish Servo, welcome to Venezuela.
Venezuela es mi hogar. Quiero que el mundo vea mi hogar, que exploren sus paisajes y rían con su gente.
Ven a mi Venezuela. Ven a mi Venezuela. Vente desde aquí. Te estoy esperando. Ven, esperé yo. Te estoy esperando. Ven.
Background of Venezuela. Official name, Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Head of state, Nicolas Maduro. Form of government, federal multi-party republic with a unicameral legislature. Capital, Caracas. Population, 34,093,000. Official language, Spanish. Money, Venezuelan Bolivar. Area, 916,445 km and 353,839 mi. Major mountain ranges, Pico Bolivar and Pico Naiguata. Major rivers, Rio Negro and Orinoco. Now let's talk about the geography of Venezuela. So Venezuela is located in the northern part of Southern America. It borders the Caribbean Sea with Guyana. The country also includes at least 70 islands. The Venezuelan landscape includes towering mountains, tropical jungles, broad river plains, and arid coastal plains. Next, history. The area of Venezuela is approximately triangular in shape, larger than combined areas of Germany and France. The republic's economic and demographic expansion have set. It is apart from other Latin American nations. Lastly, its economy benefited from a booming petroleum industry. Next, government and economy. Federal Republic located on northern coast, South America. Venezuela is an extraordinary social and humanitarian collapse. It caused by poor economic policies and political turmoil, world's second greatest migrant crisis, and regional unrest. Lastly, Venezuela is still struggling economically and politically. People and culture. The Constitution recognizes Venezuela as a multi-ethnic, multicultural society. Indigenous people makes up 2.8% of Venezuela's population. The indigenous population exceeds 1.5 million people. North American pleasures like baseball, a national sport. Lastly, rafting and kayaking are popular among wealthy adventurers. Nature. Venezuela's environment comprises towering mountains and tropical jungles. It is also popular for its large rivers. Venezuela's vegetation is tropical, evergreen, or semi-deciduous. Venezuela has a diverse wildlife population. Lastly, manatees are aquatic creatures lives in coastal areas. Contemporary economic policies. Nicolas Maduro regime began to adopt measures hyperinflation. Government also partly liberalized economy to attract investments. It attracted some foreign investments. Bolivar was redenominated to stabilize the currency. Cryptocurrency that was launched to gain international trust. Here are our 6 questions that are related to our chosen country, which is Venezuela, and its policies. Remember, what are the main greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change? The primary greenhouse gases responsible for global warming are carbon dioxide or CO2, methane, stage 4, nitrous oxide, and 20, and fluorinated gases. In Venezuela, just as in most other countries, CO2 emissions occur mainly due to the combustion of fossil fuels, energy production, and as fuel source in transportation. Methane is emitted mostly through agricultural activities and low standards of waste disposal. According to World Bank, the energy sector is among the largest emitters of Venezuela's greenhouse gases. Understand. How does the greenhouse effect lead to global warming? The process of the greenhouse effect is a natural process of the Earth's atmosphere where some gases trap the heat of the sun so the planet is kept warm enough for life to exist. However, human activities have increased the concentration of these gases, especially CO2, significantly thereby increasing the natural greenhouse effect, which leads to global warming. In Venezuela, the increased oil extraction and refining have increased emission rates of CO2, thereby strengthening the greenhouse effect. This is an increase in temperatures at the global level and in climate change. Apply. How can reducing car emissions help mitigate the effects of climate change? Reduce carbon emissions by car help reduce climate change. The biggest source of CO2 in the world comes from vehicles, and to improve the issues in Venezuela, public transportation, electric vehicles, and stricter emission standards by implementing it for cars can assist in lowering the carbon footprint. Next, analyze. What are the difference between natural climate cycle and human-induced climate change? Between natural climate cycles and human-induced climate change in Venezuela are fundamentally characterized by their origins, implications, and the effects they engender. While natural climate cycles such as those driven by phenomena like El Niño or Southern Oscillation, which is changes in the temperature of waters in the central and eastern tropical Pacific Ocean, that cause variability in temperature precipitation. Human-induced climate change is primarily driven by greenhouse gases emissions, which often leads to persistent global warming and significant alternations in the climate system. Next is evaluate. Do you think current global policies are effective in combating climate change? Why or why not? Current global policies, particularly the Paris Agreement and initiatives under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change or UNFCCC, set a foundation for international cooperation but face significant challenges in effectiveness, especially in the context of Venezuela. The nation's unique circumstances, including its heavy reliance on oil exports and internal socio-economic crisis, pose considerable obstacles that limit the implementation and impact of these global climate commitments. Despite the significant hurdles, there are also opportunities for Venezuela to integrate environmental considerations into its policies, which could help unlock financing for sustainable projects. Next, create. Develop a new policy or solution to reduce carbon emissions in urban areas. To address the pressing issue of carbon emissions in urban areas of Venezuela, a comprehensive policy solution is proposed. This multi-phase approach focuses on enhancing renewable energy initiatives such as the installation of social energy systems which can greatly improve public transportation systems and foster a healthy community engagement, aligning with the country's existing commitments to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 20% by 2030. The suggested policy, termed the Venezuelan Urban Clean Energy Initiative, aims to create a sustainable urban environment while promoting socio-economic resilience. In conclusion, Bloom's taxonomy will assist people into knowledge and skills upon developing solutions into problems in society.